Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Mike. It is Monday, the 26th of October with smartoptiontrading.com, and this is our daily recap. It's been a very wicked day in the markets, guys. Let's just shoot into it here. We gapped down this morning. We had about a 1% gap down, a little bit less than the SPY. We got a quick bounce on the indexes, and then we rolled over, and we rolled over hard all the way down to 335.62. And when you look at volume today, you can see we have some selling pressure. The action today was very different than we had the last couple of weeks. You can see here with 30 minutes to go, we have already done 70 million shares. I would not be surprised if we hit 90 million shares today by the end of the day. Okay. We have more pressure. We have selling volume. You can see we broke down. We quickly broke below, hit the 50-day, sliced through it, came all the way down here, and we just missed filling this gap. And for those of you who don't see it, there's an open gap here. You can see the low to the high, to the open, right? And that gap fills at 340, 334.30. I'm sorry, 93. We didn't hit it. So when I'm looking at this market right now, and people are saying, well, where do we go from here? Well, one, I would love this market to either close on the lows or get back over the 50-day, and we have 30 minutes to figure it out. Close on the lows would probably give us some more downside, and downside then we can come down. There's a gap here still to fill, small little one here, and maybe come down and fill this gap and catch the 100-day and bounce off this 330 area. That would actually be interesting if we were going to do that. On top, but if we're not going to do that, we're kind of setting ourselves up here for maybe a turnaround Tuesday. We have a tremendous amount of economic data and earnings coming up this week. And tomorrow morning, it kicks off with Caterpillar. One thing I keep telling everybody and the members of the room is that Caterpillar can move markets. And what I mean by that is what makes Caterpillar so special is Caterpillar is a great barometer for the overall global economy. And forget the earnings report, it's the conference call. Now, the conference call used to be during market hours, but right now it's going to be tomorrow at 8:30 Eastern. That CEO, what he says on there, has a very big, profound effect upon the markets. He can sell them. We've seen the markets dump on what he says. We've seen the markets rally hard on what he says. So Caterpillar is worth watching tomorrow. We also get some consumer sentiment data tomorrow. So this is all worth watching. But if you're looking at today and what happened here is, the market was very, very tough. And you see a lot of names that have been strong have decided to crack. Cat, which had this nice upper level flag, gap down and sold off all the way to the 21 day down to 160, 160, 161 area. That's a big move down for Cat. That was a huge drop. Names like Apple, which had had an upgrade and tons of price target increases this morning, popped up to the 8-day, reversed. It's now green again. They have earnings on Thursday. For me, I made all my money today on AMD. I traded it twice quickly. I got in on the open. I got in on this candle, made nice money, got back in here and made some more nice money. What made AMD so good? It had a price target upgrade. And for me, it was very simple. We talked about this in our pre-market video this morning and in the room before the open. It was up in a down market. With the market down 1%, AMD was above Friday's highs and strong. Gave it up, couldn't hold it. That's okay. Got earnings tomorrow night. Very interesting name. We have an event there also on Thursday. For what it's worth is when you look around at names, I mean, Amazon tried to hold in for a long time today, eventually capitulated. Tesla, for what it's worth, is held in okay. It's below the 50-day. This is a big spot for Tesla here on the close. It has not closed under the 50-day in a long time, and it spent most of the day here below it, although it held in better than most names. Nvidia was strong. It capitulated. It had a nice move, but couldn't hold. And we saw every sector basically getting hit. JP Morgan, after that nice 2 days, fugly candle. FDX coming in. UPS, which has earnings this week, nasty candle. Visa and MasterCard, very ugly action. Look at Visa all the way to the 200-day. Same thing with MasterCard coming back down here, earnings this week. McDonald's was when a strong name at this point. McDonald's a pull almost all the way below the 21-day, not far off the 50-day. And that's just the type of day it was. If you went through sector by sector, you would see most names were getting killed. Zoom managed to hold in better than most, but back under the 8-day here. And from a flow perspective, everything was generally in names that had earnings. It was AMD and Apple, although the NVIDIA June 700 calls were very interesting. That was some big money being put into those. Could be stock replacement. Days like today, guys, I try not to overtrade. If I cannot find the setup I want, I don't force trades. I don't force anything. Look at the ticks, new highs of the day up to 1,000. Getting a little buying coming in here. Here's your test of VWAP. Finally, we've been talking about this for an hour. How the markets might want to retest VWAP. Pelosi speaking. Okay. And you got Pelosi speaking and the markets are running. So bottom line is I'm going to go into tonight flat. Tomorrow, maybe we get a turnaround Tuesday, maybe a little dip before the open, a red, and we get some running and they come back for this market. Huge economic data this week, huge earnings this week. 1/3 of the SPY reports this week. We have tremendous amount of tech names reporting. So, I'm not overly bearish on this market until some of this information starts coming in. Everybody have a fabulous night. I hope you're okay, and I'll catch you guys bright and early tomorrow morning.